guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sametti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Parler? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by a very special guest, David Feed. How's it going, man?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you for having me here. It's the first time I'm in your channel, so thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you finally. So, seeing as how this is your very first time here, I wanted to ask if you take a moment to share with the audience, what is your origin story? How did you grow up? What were you into? Were you into comics, toys, cartoons, comic books? And what were the key milestones through your life that ultimately led you down this road to where you came to make your own crowdfunded comic books?
All right. So, well, I'm half Mexican, half Swiss, and I was born in Mexico. And so I grew up there for most of my life. And so I had access for the most to like Mexican comics or like comics from South America. So we had like Condorito and Mafalda and some other Mexican comics that are not very famous, obviously. But it was more about, slice of life, comedy, stuff like that. So that was okay, never really got my attention. I was back then more into cartoons, like the 80s with He-Man and Saint Seiya from Japan, or Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball. That's also big influence. And but my mom is Swiss, and we went to Switzerland almost every year, or at least once every 2 years. So I got in contact with European comics, which are quite different. Like there's this big albums, hardcover albums, and the stories are quite different. They're like, on the one hand, more mature. On the other hand, it's more like you have one comic every year. No, it's not like you have one monthly or weekly comics. It's just another model. And so I was, watching Asterix and Obelix, which is like a real famous. That one's a little bit known, but also some other stuff that was not well known. Like I think one of the one that impressed me the most is a thing called Chronicles of the Black Moon.
I'm not familiar with that.
Do you know that one?
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with it. I studied French for 3 years back in high school, and I was introduced to Asterix and Obelix as well as Tintin.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
So those are the comics that I got in contact when I was smaller, and when I was a little, younger. Then I got in contact with this Chronicles of the Black Moon, which is like a really, really dark comic with blood and gore and titties flying everywhere.
Really? Oh my God.
That impressed me a little bit, as you can imagine. Like there's me like 11 years, 13, and then seeing this kind of like, whoa, what the hell? Like this is not like what I see in Mexico, or this is nothing like the X-Men comics I've seen every now and then. So that obviously impressed me. That's why, my comics Red Eyes is a little bit like that, not as graphic, obviously, as the hardcore French stuff that you can find around here.
Right.
And at some point, but I always loved all this media, like cartoons, movies, mangas, animes. It's not like I loved one more than the other. And I was, like writing my own fantasy story, and I always thought it was going to be a novel. But, life, I also had to study and do other stuff, so I was never really focused on writing this until recently, obviously. And then I studied biology, or I started studying biology.
Really?
yeah, but then I was, like all the time drawing. Instead of studying, I was drawing and writing my story. So I dropped that and I did the design. I studied the design management, which is kind of like a mixture between design, graphic design, industrial design, and management. That's what I ended up finishing, and I did my thesis in game design of all things. And yeah,
wait, you're a biology major, but you did a final paper on game design?
No, I was studying biology, but I dropped out.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then I did my major, I guess you would call it, in design management.
Oh.
And I did my thesis in game design.
Huh.
And then, I went to Switzerland. I was already in Switzerland. I met my wife. I got married. Then I started a regular job, nothing to do with design, and then went on with that until I heard about your boy Zach and Captain Cummings, who were starting this Comicsgate movement. And I think that what inspired me the most was when he started with his Patreon and he was doing this comics, this parodies of Batman and Riri Williams, and then he did Ironsides, and then he started talking about Jawbreakers. And when he did his first Indigo, I was like, I can do that too. Like, damn, yeah, let's do this. This is like, forget about doing a video game about my story or a novel. I'm gonna do a comic about this story that I've been working on for since forever. And that's how it started, more or less. Then I used the script that I had developed for like a movie or for like a video game, and then I adapted it to a comic, and that's how Red Eyes was born. Basically.
Wait, so, out of curiosity, are you in Switzerland now?
Right now I'm in Switzerland, yes.
Okay. So what are your, between Mexico and Switzerland, do you have a favorite place to live, or do you just like them both equally?
I like them both equally. Like, I was born in Mexico City, and I don't know, like when I was young, I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. But when we moved to a smaller town in Mexico, I fell in love with smaller towns. And here in Switzerland, there's no such thing as a huge city like Mexico City. So right now, I really like, like small little towns instead of these huge, gigantic cities like Mexico City. That's the one thing. And in Mexico, like my teenage years, I was in a place called San Miguel Allende, which is like it's like a really bohemian place. It's like it's 50% Americans and 50% Mexicans, and it's all like these Americans, they go there to engage in certain substances and then write books and stuff like that. So it's a very hippie place. It's a very very chill, relaxed, no worries. So that obviously influenced me, taking life more chill and like that. I think Hemingway, he went regularly to San Miguel Allende to get absolutely shit-faced drunk, and then started to writing his books.
Oh my gosh!
And then that's how you say that's the influence. The typical thing about San Miguel Allende, like the place he used to go to get drunk, it's called La Cucaracha, the cockroach. Like that place, it still exists in San Miguel Allende. And that's like a really, really, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a thing on its own. It's super cheap, so there's like all sorts of people go there, but it's like a really, bohemian. The music is not super loud. It's really chill. So it's cool. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
So that's kind of what I like, And Switzerland, obviously, there's a lot of small towns. There's a lot of agricultural towns where people are still, tending to the cows and with their forklifts doing the hay and stuff like that. No? I mean, you obviously also have the huge cities like Basel and Zurich and Geneva and the G8 that happens in Davos and stuff like that. Like really first world cities. But I prefer the smaller towns.
Oh, all right. You like the small towns and suburbs, maybe?
Yes, exactly.
Close to the countryside.
Exactly, yeah.
Cities.
Yeah, I grew up in a countryside town part of my life. Like here in Switzerland, my mom has a chalet in the mountains, and it's like it's just like a agricultural place. Like half of the people in the town, more than half of them, they're all farmers. No? So that obviously also influenced me. My fantasy story, like everything happens in these forest locations. It's not like a like a crazy city, like, I don't know, maybe you'd expect about of a steampunk fantasy novel.
Oh, right, okay.
More like in the outback, I think you call it in English. Or I don't know, that's like more Australian.
Wait, oh, did you say outback?
Outback, yeah, I don't know. Like I heard this expressions, but
that's more Australian, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. No, like
I think you're looking for, well, you said small town, kind of like suburbs, if you will. The areas surrounding the major cities.
Right, yeah.
Before you get into straight out countryside.
Right.
In farmland.
Right. Yeah. No, I grew up in this farmland little town part of my life. And for the most in Mexico, in a city, not farmland. Yes.
Gotcha.
So that's my background. Yes. Do you know this guy called Darkseid's Comics?
Oh, sounds familiar. Yeah.
He promotes a lot on Twitter. But he also shows art from all sorts of people, and he was talking about this. Also, he was showing some art of some French fantasy comics.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't catch that. Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
Sorry. So I got in contact with American comics in Mexico, but very, very few. Like, also we had very strict censorship, so a lot of these comics would not come, and then you would start following a story, like issue 1, 2, and then issue 4 would not come, and then 5 would not come. Then 6 you get it again, but you lost part of the plot, no?
Oh my God.
It was much later in life that I started to really get into American comics, and that was when I did an internship for Green Lantern. I was in the art department doing an internship, and then I got, I saw all this Green Lantern comics, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. You interned at DC Comics?
Yeah. Also, it was more with my brother-in-law. He was working there, and he gave me the chance to be working in the art department. So I was not directly for DC Comics. I was more like working for him, not for my brother-in-law.
What did you get to do?
I was just a clerk. I think I call it clerk, or the guy was picking the phone and like getting copies, and so, like the artist would say like, oh, I need that issue of Green Lantern, so you go get it. I was a go get it guy. Nothing fancy, but it was amazing to be there and see the artist and see all these books. Like we had access to like a encyclopedia of all the different Green Lantern books or Green Lantern related books. So that was freaking amazing, seeing the first issues of Green Lantern that were like around the 60s or the 70s.
Oh man. Yeah.
And those things are so trippy, so I don't even know how to describe it. So innocent in a way, like compared to the comics of nowadays.
Yeah.
So like there was some sort of an innocence and just like outwitting the villains and just like creating a giant lawnmower and like just beating the crap out of the villains and nothing too violent. No?
Yeah.
And then I saw the ones that Ethan Van Sciver was doing. I didn't know who Ethan Van Sciver was until I was there, and then say, okay, this is like the newest Green Lantern stuff, and I was like, damn, this is like super bloody and gory. I mean, it's awesome, but it's quite different than the first issues of Green Lantern. And then I saw like the redesign of Sinestro and the whole thing with the yellow lanterns and red lanterns, like. Damn, these drawings are amazing. And I was, always seeing, Ethan Van Sciver. This was, Ethan Van Sciver, gets burned in your face, in your memory. And that's how I kind of started liking his art a lot. And that's when I started to get a little bit in contact with American comics. So, like I bought Kingdom Come, which I thought was, the art looked amazing. And I bought a bunch of Green Lantern stuff. And then I got into a thing called Planetary, which was more of a weird independent kind of comic. not the classical, Cape Superman stuff. It was, but that's what I like.
Planetary, was that still under the DC label?
I don't even know.
Or was it considered an indie comic?
I have no idea what it is considered. I just watched it and say, damn, this looks really cool, and I bought it and read it. I don't know if it's Marvel or DC, but I just know I liked it.
Out of curiosity, did you get a chance to meet Ethan?
No. I know I was very low in the how to say hierarchy. Okay. And although my brother-in-law was a little bit higher, I was super shy. So he would say, like, "Oh, this is Jeff Jones," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
you met Jeff Jones briefly. That's cool.
I saw him. I don't think I met him. I was so shy, and he was like, like they introduced me to Ryan Reynolds, and I was like,
You met Ryan Reynolds? Oh my God.
I met him very, very briefly. He was always so busy. He was always on the phone. So I don't think he even noticed that I existed around there.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it was cool meeting these guys.
I guess you were what we call like either a secretary or a gopher, like you said, grabbing coffee and
exactly
taking care of common tasks. So that the writers and artists can focus on their craft.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. How long was that internship?
That was for 3 months at one time. And then 1 month later on when they were doing so I was there in pre-production when they were doing all the drawings, for the concept art for the suit and the weapons and everything. And then I was, then I went back to school. And then like 6 months later, or I think 1 year later, like that thing was in production for years. I went back during production, the last week when they were doing some things in Louisiana. They were filming this, I think the end of the movie where the parallax monster goes down from the clouds into the city. Like they were shooting that scene. And then I was there in the as a PA, I think they called it. Like just shouting, quiet, silence, or I don't remember what was the thing.
Right.
Like that, like quiet on the scene or something like that.
Quiet on the set, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome and hola to Michael T. Hail, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, someone speaks Spanish. Bien, gracias. Usted. High Desert Comics.
Yep. Michael's cool. 50-50, you say? Just like me.
Oh, is he Mexican? Something else, or?
I'm pretty certain, yes. You can tell him, Michael. Thanks for dropping the link, Michael T. I thought I was already following him, but apparently I'm not. So I just followed him. Thank you so much for that. I wasn't gonna say secretary, but
yeah, I was a secretary basically. I was. What do you say? Go-getter,
gopher.
Gopher. Yeah, I was a gopher. So if Ryan Reynolds,
that's what we typically call it out here.
Yeah. So he needs a cappuccino. I was like, hey, go get a cappuccino for him. Mexican Navajo. Got it.
Was it one of those things where you got to the point at which you memorized everyone's favorite drink or whatever, and so coffee, you had to be ordering 20 or 30 cups of coffee? I was
more in the art department, so I wasn't on that position. There was someone for that, someone was, specifically doing that kind of stuff. And of course, you would know, they're specific, like they would just look at him and say, of course, sir, a cappuccino with this and that, and so many milks and so many cream. But I was more helping the artist, actually. I was more like, doing stuff for them, organizing it, helping with making this maquettes, I think they call it, where they create like a miniature of a scene in the movie.
Ah, nice.
So I was the one guy I met that I thought was kind of cool. his name is David Grant, and he is the production designer he was the production designer for Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow!
So that was really cool to meet this guy. I was like, but you know, I was so shy, and he was like, oh, hi, and these people are so busy, but I was surprised at how nice these people are. You know, like you see them on the shows and everything, you think like, oh my god, like he's like a superstar. But then you meet them and they're like just, you know, normal people. Like, hi, how are you? Yeah, fine.
Cool. So, how long did it take you to come up with the concept, and how long did it take you to write Red Eyes?
Well, like I said, I'm almost 40 now, and I started creating or thinking about this one when I was like around 13. The first time I started to seriously do something about this was like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. I wrote a novelization of the whole thing, you know, like a proper book of the first chapter, and then but I've always been, you know, on and on working on this, you know, like making drawings for it, you know, creating creatures and the whole pantheon and the magic system and everything around this book, on and off. And I think it's been like the last 3 years that I went really, really serious into this, you know, like creating my first campaign. This is the second campaign, by the way, and fulfilling that one also. And now, so now it's here, but it's nothing like at the beginning, you know. At the beginning, the first time I wrote it, it had, you know, like time travel and, you know, like weird stuff with, you know, like everything. I saw something on TV and then I put it on the story. So yeah, I could say it's been like in the last 5 years, I've been really working on this properly. So yeah, I guess 5 years would be the answer to your question.
Michael says, even being shy, you still got a lot of the in the industry contacts early on. That's a lot of good inspiration to build on.
Yeah, no, the Green Lantern stuff that I saw from like, you know, the first books of Green Lantern, that was so trippy but so cool. I would love to do a story like that, you know, something innocent like that at some point. And of course, you know, like the later stuff, like my comic is more like the later stuff, you know, more serious, more for mature audience, if you like. So yeah, what else? So yeah, this is more like a fantasy story, a dark fantasy story, you could say. And it's a saga in the making. So this is the campaign I'm on right now is the second episode of probably like 10 episodes. And I'm planning to do like one every 6 months, more or less. So the first episode was fulfilled last month, also last month until this month. And when it started fulfillment, I opened the second one, and I plan to do, you know, like a 6-month cycle. No? And so in 6 months, we'll fulfill the second one and open the third one. That's the idea for this boy.
Wow! So approximately 2 books a year.
More or less, yeah.
That's pretty good. And on your very, very first campaign, you hit 4616. That's pretty darn good. For 99 characters.
I was surprised at how well it went. To be honest, I was like, okay, we'll try. As a matter of fact, I tried one time before this campaign, and it went nowhere. I think it had in the 2 months of campaign, it had only like 1 backer, and the idea was to do like a preparation, you know, like something like a Kickstarter where you put money to support the effort to create it.
Okay, right.
And it was a learning experience. Like I said, it went nowhere. And from all the things that I learned in this failed campaign, I was able to do Red Eyes 1 properly when the comic already existed, when there were pages to show. And I think it was a financial failure, the first campaign I ever did, but it helped me create the first campaign that, you know, was more or less successful. I mean, it got funded, and I was able to fulfill it. So I'm happy with that.
So Your very, very, very first crowdfunding attempt was on Kickstarter?
No, it was on Indiegogo.
Oh,
it was at some point, like Indiegogo deleted the campaign because they said something like, yeah, it didn't fulfill the this and that, and so it was just ended and deleted.
I thought
I was like, damn. Okay.
I thought at first it was just stayed there indefinitely, but I guess
I was able to delete it at some point. It was there. You could still see it.
Okay. It's one of the things you can choose to delete.
Yes, I was able to delete it. Actually, but for months after it, you could still find it on Google. Okay. But at some point, it was, you cannot find it on Google anymore. I was like, okay, fine, And then
yeah, I didn't know it was one of those things you could delete.
I didn't know either. And then I tried to say, okay, perfect. I mean, I talk about this. It's not a secret, but I see, when I see that people have campaigns that are ended or failing, like it doesn't look so good. So I was looking for a way to remove that, and I was able to. And then I said, okay, perfect.
Yeah,
nothing happened here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see.
I can understand that perspective. Yet at the same time, I sometimes like referencing back to people's unsuccessful campaigns to try and better understand what they might have been able to do better and, learn from it, as a lessons learned kind of thing. So I find it kind of interesting to be able to backtrack and look at other campaigns that creators have attempted. But what you did is a good idea too. And apparently you learned a lot from your first attempt, and that's what helped you succeed and fulfill your Red Eyes 1.
Exactly. Yeah. It was. I was so ashamed because we had like maybe 10 backers total, but 9 of them were people around me. It was like my wife, my sister, my mother, my brother-in-law, stuff like that. And it was only one, one outsider. I was like, oh, this is so, not to be ashamed, but I was like, oh, okay.
Right. I hear you.
I think what my mistake was that I didn't even know Twitter was like such a big thing. So I didn't have a Twitter, and the only Twitter I had was kind of like a parody account. So I was, like following just SJWs. I was following Steve Shives and Magdalena Visaggio and people like that. So what few people found me on Twitter, they thought I was this like raging SJW. No, I'm doing everything wrong with this campaign. No.
Oh my gosh! Oh dang!
So I had to go to, and then I would explain to people like, this is just a parody account, but it's the only one I have. No, and people were like, yeah, of course, yeah, you're an SJW, don't you? No.
Oops.
Oh my goodness, that was.
That's an interesting.
That was interesting, and I was, I went never on live streams. I didn't know anyone. The only one I knew was your boy Zach, and he doesn't do live stream. I didn't know. You had to promote, and you had to go to these live streams, and you had to meet people and greet them, and be on the chats and stuff like that. So, like I said, it was a huge learning experience for me. The first failure, basically, and. Well, here I am now. Now I'm trying to do it a little bit better.
So your very, very first attempt, was that Red Eyes 1?
Yes, also it was Red Eye. It was, the campaign was in order to create Red Eyes 1. So I only had like 3 pages in black and white, and nothing else, and just had the plan to how to create it. So that's why I said it was kind of like a Kickstarter, that it's in order to kickstart this this effort, this creation.
Sure.
Obviously, it didn't go anywhere. And the second campaign I did was Red Eyes 1, and this is when I got like a lot of pages and colored pages, and then we did this this thing called the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, which is a Dungeons and Dragons style of book or bestiary explaining all the different creatures of the Red Eyes universe. So that was a super success. And I said, damn, yeah, we gotta keep going. So now in the second campaign, we have the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary Volume 2. You know? So this is the learning experience that have been helping along the way.
So does the Sexy Bestiary Volume have all new characters, or does it build off the original group of characters and just add more?
It's so the first one was kind of a mixture of everything. It was, you know, like water creatures, flying creatures, forest creatures, and now the second volume is going to be very specific. Like it's going to have like a theme. It's going to be water creatures and underground creatures. And so all the water and underground creatures from the first one are going to come back. With some of them are going to get, you know, improved illustrations, and there's going to be new creatures added to the bestiary. That's the idea so far. And if you go to the updates, the first update, the one you can, also the first update you can see some of the new illustrations and some of the new monsters that are going to appear in the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary Volume 2.
Holy cow!
It's censored, so you know, YouTube, you know, it's around here. Calm down, please.
Yeah, I figured these little smiley faces with googly eyes weren't part of it.
No. The original is not gonna have them. So 3 of those monsters, they were already in the first one, but this is like improved illustrations. No, I did them again because I didn't like the ones from before, so I'm, you know, improving them.
Welcome, Edwin. The Ace launches January 31st. Acevedo, hail peeps.
A waifu compendium.
So a waifu compendium.
Kind of like that, yes. Oh my goodness. So the thing is that I was in a stream with the Raging Golden Eagle.
Okay.
And
good. That's a good stream to be on.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. And he has this project going on, and he also plans to do a Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, and that's where the idea came to create something like that. So at first I was like, okay, let's create like a regular bestiary with the monsters of Red Eyes. And then I was on that stream, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to, and that's how it came about, to have a waifu compendium. As Michael says.
So that means you'll eventually release a body pillow, right? A waifu body pillow.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know. This is all kind of new terrain for me. Like I've never done something even remotely like that. You know, like a sexy monster girl, anything. but I'm learning. So if the demand is there for something like that, I'll certainly provide it.
Does your wife give you funny looks anytime you discuss having the compendium?
Yes. She's always complaining, why do they have to have such huge boobs? Like, why are they always naked? Like, why don't you cover them up? What the hell, man? Come on. And, you know, my editor, which happens to be my mom, she also was like, "Come on, tone it down. What the hell are you doing, man? Like, you don't want to have like your reputation for being like a pervert or having like a swimsuit calendar kind of campaign. Like, tone it down, man." So yes, I have people, you know, chilling me down.
Oh my gosh, that's really funny.
So yeah. It's not going to be, you know, porn. It's not going to be, you know, vulgar by any means. It's just, you know, mild nudity, I would call it.
And then you just counter with, well, these are blessings from Mother Nature. That's all it is.
Yes.
We're just representing them.
Exactly. In a very elegant and fine manner.
In a tasteful way, yep.
In a tasteful way, for the viewer's delight. There you go.
So you learned a whole lot of lessons between your very, very first attempt to Red Eyes 1. Did you, besides coming up with the idea of doing, going with the RGE idea of a compendium, besides that edition, did you find there were a bunch more lessons you had to learn from going from issue 1 to issue 2?
Yes, also the first Red Eyes 1, when I opened it up, it had the option for English and Spanish, and digital, and that was a crazy thing to organize in, with the perks, and to have like invisible perks and regular perks, and then that was such a freaking mess that I ended up hiding everything and just sending the link to the English, to the Spanish and German every now and then in the updates. So I learned to keep everything much, much tidier. Also because almost no one took it, but because of the few people who took it, right now I'm still working on the translation. And so that I learned to keep everything much, much simpler. One language, and that's it. That is one of the lessons I learned. The other lesson I learned is that I made a mistake, but this is more like internal stuff. Like I made the mistake of starting to letter the comic when it was not in colors, and then when I colored it, I started to, like, very late in development, I got an editor. Respectively, my mom started helping me as an editor, and she was like, this, you cannot do this. Like, you had to change. I had to change so many stuff that was already colored and lettered, so I had to go back to the inks, and that was the mess. So if I can say something to anyone, is like, get a letterer, get an editor as soon as possible. Like, it doesn't matter if it's your sister or whoever's close to you. Like, it's such a powerful tool for any creative endeavor to have someone from an outside view, as someone that you respect, and if they tell you, what, you have to change this, because if you get someone that you're not going to listen to anyway, what's the point? No, like, really get an editor, someone, an authority figure that you would respect their opinion, and if they tell you to change something, that you actually go and change it. That is something I learned that I think it's invaluable. Every time I hear someone say, like, yeah, get an editor, it's like, yes, get an editor. My goodness. The things I changed because of having an editor are yeah.
Yeah, not only are they necessary to check for the basic spelling and grammatical errors, but they're also instrumental in making sure that it flows right, that it has consistency, and that it goes well with the overarching the arcs, the story and character arcs.
Yes, no, I was having parts of the story where I had a dialogue planned, and then my mother and other people read it and say, like, if you put it like this, these characters, they're going to sound like fucking psychopaths that are, like, enjoying killing people. Like, you cannot do that. You have to change this a little bit so they, show remorse because they just killed someone. Like, stuff like that. You don't see it because you're so embedded in your own story. There's no way you see it. You just have this cool idea that, he kills someone and then he's all like, very, stoic about it. Then you have this outside view, it's like, no, what the hell? Like, it doesn't matter how stoic this guy is, or how heroic, or how, barbarian he is. Like, you would never say that. Like, you don't want your character to be like a fucking psychopath, unless that's what you plan to do. That you plan to have like a psychopath who's remorseless and so forth and so on. So those are the kind of errors that an editor will catch. There's no way you can catch them because you're so into the story. Like, everything is inside your mind, and so where the story is going. But the people reading it for the first time, they don't know where it's going, and they make their own ideas of where the story is going to go.
Right.
And so from the information you give them, they're going to say, okay, so this is a remorseless psychopath, and why should I keep reading? Like, this is nonsense. I think someone was talking about a comic called Callisto or Calypso or Calico, something like that. I saw a review by this inch-high comic guy.
All right.
He was talking about this comic called Calico or something like that, about a animal activist.
Right. Yeah.
I
caught some of that review too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's stuff like that can happen. Now that you want to make this guy heroic and you want him, to avenge Mother Nature, these poor animals. But if you exaggerate it on the other side, then you start rooting for the villain because the main character is such an asshole.
Yeah.
You want to fall into that. No?
It sounds, based on the review, that it kind of went off the rails. Like, it had a good initial concept and the art was good enough. But when it came to the actual storytelling, and it sounds like there's an abundance of gore.
Yeah, apparently.
That it just went wild and crazy and took an unexpected turn.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to see Hostel, I would go see Hostel. No, I don't buy a superhero comic book too. And in Hostel, like, you're rooting for the poor guys who are in this situation. Like, you're not rooting for the freaking guys who are like torturing the people.
Oh my gosh.
So definitely get an editor. To anyone who's planning to do a comic, get an editor.
Let's check out this trailer here, the promo video.
Comic readers, fantasy fans, I'm your host David Heath, bringing you WyzGyz 2. Faring fair, son of the general, is an immortal quest. After escaping elite hunters and fighting off mercenaries, surely things will be fine for our heroes. WyzGyz is back with more pages, action, monsters, a new Ashcan, and new entries in the sexy monster girl bestiary, only on Indiegogo.
Surely things will go well for our heroes.
And then it looks like everything's gone to hell in a handbasket.
That's right. So right now we have two covers, and the original cover, and one done by this guy called Odysseus Theodoratos, who's the guy of Xenotype.
Oh, okay.
He was very nice, and he did a cover for us, which is the one on the left. And also on the right, this is going to be a pin-up and a trading card. And this was done by Oliver Lee Arce, which is the guy, or one of the guys from 656 Comics.
Oh, nice.
The ones from London. Yeah, he did an amazing job. Like, he's coloring 3 Nights 4 Days right now, actually. He's a busy man.
Wait, say again? What was that last part?
He's coloring 3 Nights 4 Days.
Oh, okay. All right. Got
it. The comic of Micah Curtis.
Right.
So he's a busy man. And he's going to be coloring a couple of pages and sexy monsters for WyzGyz 2 as well.
Oh, okay. So the compendium is also going to be, it's going to have various talents. It's going to be a collaboration kind of effort.
I hope so. That's the idea. That was the idea for the first one, but then it ended up being everything with me and my team. And so I hope for the second one to gather artists and other people to work for this. It's just that this last 4 days I've been going crazy with the campaign ending. So I haven't, I want to go out in Twitter and say, hey guys, if anyone wants to do, pin-ups for the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, it's going to be a paid gig, as they call it. But right now I'm really focused on finishing and getting funded. And then I'll move on to that one.
So how did it work in terms of when you were trying to hire people to do pinups for the bestiary? I mean, did you present the artists with concept sketches of what you were looking for, and then you left it to them to finish it?
Also, during my first campaign ever, the one that failed, I was looking for artists everywhere.
All right.
And the guy I found, the guy that really convinced me, I found it on Fiverr of all places. And then I kept looking for other people, and no one really convinced me. And he introduced me to several of his friends and work colleagues. They're all in Italy, they're all Italians. And then little by little, I started to assemble a team of all of his friends and work colleagues. So now I'm working with them. That was for the first campaign, obviously. His name is Christian Culicelli and his friends. And now for the second campaign, now that I've been in more live streams and now that I've been, in Twitter and knowing more people, I'm starting to, get other people like Oliver Liarse, for example, and Odi, that I met on Twitter on the live streams, and I say, hey, you want to do something for Red Eyes, and they say yes, and that's how I met them. So at the beginning, it was a little bit of like, I don't even know how to describe, touching in the darkness, like, oh, how the hell does this work? and just finding out by experience, really. So I was looking in ArtStation, I was looking in DeviantArt, I was looking in Fiverr, Facebook, and Instagram, just, like, I put like dark fantasy in the search term, and I would, like, gather the people I like and contact them, how much would it cost for this and that, and there you go.
All right, cool.
That's how it, but really, I think the best was finding this guy, this Italian dude, and then he introduced me to all his friends, and they've been so incredibly supportive of this project. And I have nothing but good things to say about all of them. So this is the page of the first monster bestiary. So that's one of the illustrations. And they're going to be improved in the sense that I included a couple of stats, like sort of like Dungeons and Dragons figurine stats for a game.
Yeah.
Now I'm building upon that, like giving more stats and rules about how this game would eventually work. So I'm planning to create like a little figure game, hopefully one day, maybe.
Do you say computer game or card game?
I'd love to do like a tabletop game with figures, kind of like Warhammer or Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Cool. Who wants 60 Monster Girls? Woohoo! No, I'm not drunk. I just wanted to try a different entrance for a change.
This sexy monster girl mystery is being so successful that I'm almost like, I have a campaign for a swimsuit calendar, calendar, and by the way, it includes a comic also, no?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a comic somewhere, but
welcome, welcome, Soul Lion. Red Eyes 2, baby.
There you go.
Welcome, Bogdan Digital Art. Good to have you. Hello, all.
Hello, Mr. Bogdan.
Thanks for dropping the link, mods.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Bogdan, he's a pretty good artist, by the way. He has some really, really creepy horror illustrations. That's like, damn, this guy's got some talent.
Maybe you guys can collaborate sometime.
Sure, if he likes to do some sort of a sexy monster, sexy, creepy monster.
Oh, yeah, really. Check out David Feed's YouTube. He needs more subs.
Oh, my goodness.
I just subbed to you, too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just subbed to you, too, as well. You're Kimosabe.
Your book is pretty fly for a blind guy.
I'm almost blind without glasses. That is certainly true.
Doesn't it suck?
It does. It's such a, when you turn a little bit to the side, they can see on the just how how small your face is behind the glasses, and they can notice just how much graduation you have. Yes, almost blind. So
let's see here.
It's either having these funny glasses or stabbing your eyes with the contact lenses. So
man,
all the way.
I can't see myself ever trying contact lenses. I don't like the idea of something being so close to your eye or literally being on it.
Yeah. Also, I use them, but they're once you have them, it's super comfortable. That's cool that you don't have these freaking glasses.
Right.
But when you put them on, that's kind of like, ugh. And then when you have to take them out, and after a few hours they start to dry, and then you can feel them.
Yeah. They supposedly have ones that are designed to last a lot longer, that you don't necessarily have to take out every night. But oh man, just having to deal with maintenance and all that stuff I find eyeglasses so much easier.
Yeah, no, that's easier. But
and for a while, I was really into volleyball. Well, I still love it, but I don't play as often as I do. But I remember I got a spike. I was trying to block, and I got a spike against me, and it slammed me in the face and knocked off my glasses.
Oh no!
I considered it protection against against volleyball, so it made me a fan of eyeglasses.
I can see what you mean. Yeah, that's one thing. When you're so used to this and you have contact glasses, you feel unprotected. You feel like, I'm used to having this thing in front of my eyes. Now there's like nothing. My eyes are exposed.
Exactly. Look into Mage Knight or HeroClix for figuring combat models, David.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to write that down. That sounds like it. I've been getting such cool advices from Comicsgate. That's one lovely thing about the community, that all of a sudden you meet these people who say, "Oh, have you looked into that?" You know, just what you need is. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's literally such a helpful and supportive community. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, definitely.
When you mentioned a tabletop game, oh man, I think his name is Nova Blast, but he's been working some time on building a game engine for a tabletop game, and he's trying to make it so that it can incorporate any Comicsgate character out there.
You mean Critical Blast?
Is it Critical Blast?
Yes, I know which one you mean.
Okay.
Parler, I think is his name. Yes. I've been on his live stream.
I guess I've been coming up with the wrong person all this time. I keep wanting to call him Nova Blast, but you're saying that it's Critical Blast.
Critical Blast, yes.
Okay,
yes.
My bad.
And that's another thing for anyone in Australia or, international. John Mallon and Critical Blast, both of them are... they have these fulfillment companies that are, Comicsgate friendly.
Oh, Critical Blast has one too?
Yeah, he has one too. He just started, by the way. And so, yeah, that's another thing. Since I live in Switzerland, I was surprised how easy it went with everything being online. I did everything with Mixin, and the people of Mixin were so helpful. Like they were sending me messages like, hey, by the way, the page so-and-so in the 7th file you sent us is not right. You need to do this and that. They could have just printed it and whatever. It was my mistake, no? Before printing, they would look at literally look at all the pages, catch mistakes, contact me, say, hey, you need to correct this, or, do you want us to continue, or don't you want to correct this? And I could go back and correct it. So Mixin, I'm fascinated with them. And John Mallon, I did my fulfillment with him. And that was also amazing. He was so forthcoming, and I was freaking out. It was like, oh my god, it's like 1 day late, the end of the world, everything. And he was like, no, calm down. It works like this, it works like that. He was keeping it track with the tracking numbers. So I can very, very highly recommend these two things. Mixin and John. I haven't tried Critical Blast, so I don't know, but I assume he's pretty good. And yeah.
Where's Critical Blast based?
I don't know.
Okay.
John is in Michigan, I believe.
Yeah. So you actually used John's services.
I did use him, yeah, because he started his campaign a little bit. He started his company sooner. Oh my goodness, my wife who is helping me. Thank you, darling. She brought me the dinner. So, and I learned about critical blasts when I already fulfilled the campaign. No?
Okay. Nice.
And yeah, here it is. That's the first comic, the first issue is right here. I had it sent to me via John Malvin.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, that's cool.
Yes, I think it turned out pretty good.
Wait a minute. Let me see something here, because, yeah.
There's a character in CG called Frog-G.
Yeah. He's in my chats.
Oh, he is.
I mean, I don't think I saw him in this one yet, but he's in a lot of my chats.
This is the official, unofficial Frog-G, how do you say, cosplay? No,
Cameo?
Cameo, exactly.
Nice.
There you go. What else? Some action pages. Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually do have your episode 1.
You have it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right on. To be honest, I had forgotten I backed it. I did one of my P.O. Box opening streams, and I saw it, and I was like, dang.
A print.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's a print. Yep, I got one of those.
And then there's the ashcan of the second episode.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So in the first campaign, we made the ashcan to be like a preview of what's coming next in the next episode. And now what we're gonna do is the ashcan of the second campaign is going to be a preview of a new idea that we're developing, a sci-fi story.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
That's the 1, 2, 3. The third picture is the 2 pages of this new ashcan. No, to the left. Sorry.
Oh.
That one. There you go.
Okay, 2 pages of the ashcan. Yeah. So the cover on your book, was that is that glossy? Because I thought the front, I thought it was that soft touch stuff.
This is matte with a matte lamination, I think it is. So it has like this. I don't even know how to describe it. It feels funny.
Does it feel kind of like satin?
Yes, it feels like that. Exactly.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. It's matte.
I was like really digging the cover. I was like, whoa, this is a different cover. What a feel. What a texture.
The special edition has a glossy cover, as far as I believe. And the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary has also a glossy cover, glossy lamination. But the comic itself, the regular one, has mattes, because I don't know, I like matte more. And the other ones was glossy because they were super dark. And so I thought, okay, you know what? They say that if it's really, really dark, you should use gloss. So it stands out more.
Okay, all right.
Those are like...
he loved to work with you.
Oh, sure, let's do something. I'll send you a message, or you can send me a message. I think we follow each other on Twitter, so we should be fine sending us messages.
Kino says, you aren't funded yet, Mr. Feed. We'll have to take care of that. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness, we're getting close. It's getting close.
I need to get to my computer and set up my streaming schedule. Answer back all my messages.
Got it. Yeah. We talked about streaming this Friday.
Cool. All right. Yeah, definitely get on as many as you can. You get used to it. I hate messing with my eyes, but prefer contacts normally. Yeah, I know a lot of people who love contacts. But then I hear all those little horror stories about how they fell asleep with their contacts in, and then they wake up and it's like on the back of their eye and stuff like that. And
that has happened to me. You know, when you wake up and they're almost glued to your eyes, and it takes an effort to take them out. Like that has happened to me. Yeah, that's not very pleasant at all.
So Lion says, no, by blind, I wasn't referring to your glasses, but how you, put you.
Okay.
Oh, how you put it, being new to comics, feeling around in the dark.
Well, I guess it's both of them then. I'm a bit blind, and yes, I'm new to comics in that regards.
I think they're done by WyzGyz, if I remember correctly. Nothing happened to it. I'm just not at it at the moment. Been busy lately. All right. There's a time to work and a time to roast.
There you go. Critical Blast. Yeah.
Critical Blast YouTube. Oh yeah. All right. Let me get that too, because I need to make sure that I'm following or subbed. That's another person I think I'm subbed to, but yep. All right, good. Yeah, I'm subbed to. Sweet.
Do you have an unboxing video? I mean, if you have, I'd like to see your unboxing video. That'd be awesome.
I have lots of unboxing videos, but I don't know which unboxing video contains your book.
I'll look for it. Don't worry.
It's probably within the last 5 unboxing videos. But if you check out my channel and go to, what is it called? Oh, it's called playlists.
Yeah.
There should be one that has, I think I created one for, there's one for unboxing videos. Yeah.
Got it. Comicsgate and Comicsgate Friendly Live Awards. Showcase, politics.
That's for all my, that's supposed to contain all my, these kinds of promotional streams.
Right.
But my unboxing videos are totally separate.
Found it.
It's literally, they all should be listed in a folder called unboxing videos.
Yeah, found it. Found the playlist.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so I am subbed to Critical Blast, which is righteous. Nice. Thanks for dropping the links, guys.
Yeah, so Lion, he's on point.
I had to drop off. Okay. Oh, so Frog G was here earlier? What the heck? Did I miss that?
I don't know.
I think it was in my previous stream. If you like Mix'em quality, Red Eyes 2 is up your alley.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Mix'em again. That was fantastic.
Cool. David likes to get all touchy-feely with his books. David feed on Twitter. Yep.
There are parts of my books that I like better than others, obviously. Sorry. This is the cover of the second book.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like, I hate this thing with the camera. It's always, like
reverse.
Yes. I was like, oh, no, it's the other one.
Yeah.
So, like
your right is left and your left is right.
This is something I like. Yes.
Yeah, I like. I like that one myself. I just got my copies of Pillowman and Blanket Boy in the mail yesterday. Sold. Sweet. Yeah, nice. I got that book recently too. Oh, yeah. I actually have it right here. The books from my last unboxing video I still haven't put away yet. They're just sitting on my floor.
I just got Mortal Worlds and what's the last one I got?
Nice.
That one and Absolute 1.
Oh yeah, Absolute, cool.
That one was so cool. Oh my goodness. Did you like it?
I have not read it. I haven't read any of my books yet.
Oh, okay.
Sounds. I haven't made the time to read any of them. I started to, then I got distracted, and I spent so much time either working or streaming or making videos that I don't dedicate the time to read, and I really should.
I get some free time in my work. Like I have to look up. I work in a bank.
Okay.
In like late shifts, so there's like time between stuff that I have to look after, and then I can read a little bit. Or usually I'm just drawing. I'm doing my sexy peanut drawings.
So, does your work get mad at you when they see on the security cameras you looking at comic books?
No, because also I don't do it when I'm supposed to be paying attention to what's going on. No? But,
okay, all right.
there are like this. I don't know, like between 7 and 8 that I have to be there, but there's nothing going on. So if you read a book or draw, whatever, no, it's not like they get angry. But yeah, no, they because it's a bank, everything is with cameras. So one time my boss came to me and said, "Hey, I saw what you were drawing there." Like, yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Little warning there.
Yeah, a little warning there.
Why is spoken like a true collector? Oh, jeez. I really do want to read them, though. I want to enjoy all these beautiful stories that people have written.
What do you work? What do you do?
Oh, me?
Hmm?
Oh, well, I'm usually in IT, but I'm also doing retail.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a goofy schedule that changes every week. And I spend a whole lot of time trying to build my YouTube channel. I consider myself a YouTuber. About half my channel is nothing but promoting Comicsgate books. But I also spend a lot of time going on other people's streams. Either I'm in chat or I'm a moderator in another chat, or I'm on the panel of other streamers. And another chunk of the channel, my channel, is creating Fandom Menace related content. So I don't know if you're familiar with Fandom Menace, but it's kind of like Comicsgate, except when it comes to movie and TV properties, big franchises that we grew up on that have been invaded by SJWs. And
I've heard of the Fandom Menace, but no. I've seen what's the name? Ass versus Baby Heel.
Heels versus Babyface.
Heels versus Babyface. I've seen the Nerdrotic.
Nerdrotic, yep.
And Anna, of course. No, Anna, that Star Wars girl.
Yep.
And that's all I know about the Fandom Menace. But I don't watch them. I'm more into comics lately, so I don't watch that much movies, late stuff.
Yeah, so I have interest in both, so I try and follow everything. It's challenging to do. It reminds me of being in IT where things change so frequently. You really have to stay on top of it.
Yeah,
otherwise you'll fall behind easily. So,
that's definitely true. Yeah, but I haven't watched TV in a while, so I'm right now more like books and comics. So I'm more into those kind of fields.
Yeah, I haven't actively watched TV in like 10 years. So
me neither.
When I'm interested in entertainment, I usually default back to like DVD and Blu-ray movies that I have in my collection because I like physical media more.
Me too, yeah. Also games, like it's been I think I got hooked with League of Legends and I've been playing that and like that's it. Like all these other games. I think the last one that I've got was Dead Space 3 and Mass Effect 3, and after that I just I'm done with video games.
Yeah, I'm also a gamer, so but I haven't done as much gaming. But I want to get back into it. I still own a number of consoles. Like I've got,
but I haven't updated them. Not like
I've got a PlayStation Portable 1000, PSP 3000. I've got a couple PlayStation 2s. I have an Atari Jaguar.
Wow. Okay.
And my Mac Pro Tower is a gaming machine too. So I want to gaming streams. I want to get back into Knights of the Old Republic too, and this time play through as evil as possible and be a Sith.
Is that like Mass Effect where you can go good or bad?
I think so. Yeah, I've never played Mass Effect, but the dialogue story engine is by BioWare.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah,
and it's a Star Wars story, which I think, if I remember, I think it's set like 1,000 years before A New Hope.
I heard of that. Like, I've never played that, but I've heard of that. That's like a
yeah. The Knights of the Old Republic games have been really fun, and I typically like for the first game and the sequel, I played the game all the way through and passed it as as good and noble as possible as a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm trying to go back through these games as evil as possible.
As evil as possible. That's the fun thing of this Mass Effect or this Knights of the Old Republic. KOTOR, no, I think they call them.
Yeah, KOTOR
games. You can do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One game, you can go like this or like that.
And some of the dialogue in those games are so freaking hilarious. I just love it. That's half the entertainment there,
That's true, like at least for Mass Effect. Now I played Mass Effect, and that was funny. The kind of answers you could give to these people. It's cool that you could get, like if you went at least in, I think, in all of them, the more evil or the more good you got access to like even better evil or good answers, like more quirky or more witty.
Oh yeah.
That was cool, Like you need to be this certain level of, paragon to be able to say this super witty but lawful reply. That was the cool thing.
Yeah, and so besides IT, besides retail, besides gaming, I spend a whole lot of time trying to build my channel. So you'll see me streaming many hours of the day.
Right.
Of course, sometimes I take breaks, but to try and maintain my sanity,
The internet can be a very dark place, that's for sure.
Well, it's like I'm one of those goofballs who will do hours of streaming and attending other streams and watching replays of streams. And then when I get off my computer, then I get on my phone and do much of the same. So it's like I'm so absorbed into it all.
I'm trying to how do you say, like, balance it out, like
that's
at some point you gotta just put the phone down and
I could do more balancing.
I think Mr. Bristolian Dave.
Welcome. All right, me babbers.
All right, me babbers. He's cool. I was in a stream with him and Darkside.
Nice.
Movie stream. That was really cool. We should do it again.
Cool. Yeah, he's very much like a big movie aficionado.
He's a walking library of movies.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, seriously.
That was impressive.
Yeah. This is my second WyzGyz today. It's like crack.
Yeah, I saw your stream with Michael Oden, I think it's his name. Like the guy from Elysian Fields.
Yeah.
That was neat. He's doing his Embrace campaign now, right?
Oh.
Or pre-campaign mailing list.
Is it Embrace? Oh yeah. You're right.
I think he was doing a Kickstarter and it didn't fund. I don't know if it. I don't know.
He's.
Did it fund? I think I checked it, but I don't know. Well, in any case, Elysian Fields look pretty cool. I don't know why. That's a bummer if it didn't what to say? Fun?
Actually, wait. Elysian Fields did fund both times.
But on Kickstarter, I think it did. Or am
I think they.
Doing some naughty.
The Embrace is in pre-launch.
On Indiegogo, I think. Right, yeah. And that one looks freaking amazing.
And Elysian Fields 1 and 2 both successfully funded.
Right, yeah.
I want to say they funded around just over 8,000.
Yeah, didn't they
was it 8,000 or 3,000?
Wait, let me see.
I'm mixing up my numbers.
Me too. I was like, well.
No. But yeah, there's a possibility I'll do another stream today, depending on creator scheduling. So we'll see.
$7,000. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is so cool. And the idea and the book looks so freaking cool.
Yeah. I'm real excited and looking forward to that one.
And this whole idea started like a game. I heard once in a stream that he actually was developing this like a game. Like a game, like you could choose the fighter and he was better at this, or you could choose a tank and he was better at defense. And that's how the idea started. And then he wanted to do it in this comic form.
Dave, not the worst kind of addiction one can have.
Oh no.
Heels versus Babyface, my British boy Az. Yeah, he's got a pretty big channel now.
Yes. Yeah.
Dave, he's fun on stuff like Batwoman, but you have the better accent. Bristolian is the king of all accents. Except Welsh girls. I have a weakness for that. I still got my old Commodore 64 upstairs in its box. Oh man, if I could have turned back time, I wish I could have kept my. I wish I'd have kept my Nintendo Entertainment System, my original 8-bit console, because I must have had like 50 games. I had Robbie the Robot. I had the Hogan's Alien Duck Hunt light gun. Oh man. One day,
I remember the Batman game. There was a Batman game for the first Nintendo. I loved that game. I think to this day, like I go every now and then to YouTube and watch like playthroughs of that game. It was so cool.
Yeah. At least for saying things like, I don't know, could be good. Okay, I am way, way, way off. Shows how much of the story I remember. 4,000 years before A New Hope is KOTOR.
Yeah. What's this new one? This new Republic, High Republic thing? That's like.
It's the Lucasfilm writers group on crack. They're too high to come up with it, and they basically had this stupid whiteboard where they have columns of different ideas.
I saw that, yeah.
And one of them included dinosaurs, of all things. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, right.
I remember that whiteboard.
Oh my gosh, insane nightmare fuel. Kino doesn't sleep with plushies, so just blankets and a normal pillow.
Plushies? Okay. Are that like the things that have like a hole in them? Is that a plushie? Or is that something?
Plushies are usually like stuffed animals.
Okay, without any connotation. Okay, got it. Oh my goodness, I've been too much on the internet, I guess.
Take your mind out of the gutter, man.
I watched too much Mr. Magic, right?
Oh yeah.
Everything flushy,
Dave's first console with the Sega Mega Drive 2 with Mega CD. Played Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Sonic, My Neighbors Were Zombies, Streets of Rage. Cool. That, from what I heard, is a decent system. I never went down the Sega route or Microsoft route. I used to also have Atari Pong, which is a standalone system that you plug in directly in the back of the TV. And I also used to have the Intellivision 1 and the Intellivision 2.
I have no idea what these things are. I was like, I think I got Nintendo and Super Nintendo. That's it. And then I went to PlayStation, and then I went to Xbox. I have an Xbox 360.
360. What's your favorite game on the Xbox 360?
Is that 360 the new one, or is that the old one, or is that like old one now?
Well, I haven't followed it. So I think it's the second to the most recent.
Right. That's the Xbox One. No, I think it's the last one. No, now there's like a new one, X1S or something like that.
Something like that, X110 or X or XS or SX or.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Also, my favorite games of that era were definitely Mass Effect and Dead Space. Those were
okay. All right, Mass Effect and Dead Space.
Yeah. And Far Cry 3 is the one I was playing. That one I really liked.
I've heard good things about Far Cry. I think it's got great graphics too.
It's also the only one I've played is the third one.
Okay.
And I loved that game. It was so like people were complaining a little bit because it had like a dubstep soundtrack. But even then I liked it. So I was like, okay, I don't care. This game is awesome.
Out of curiosity, did it give you the option of turning off the music?
I don't know.
All right. I was just wondering.
Maybe in PC it has the option to turn the music off, but I would imagine. But I'm not an IT guy, so I don't know. I just played it and that's it. Maybe it does, but I've never played around with the settings, so maybe it has the option. But I kind of like the music, so I never thought of turning the music down. In any case.
Cool. So Lion says, "Wise, you've come a long way with your channel. Persistence does pay off." Yeah. I just keep chugging along. One of these days I might get monetized. According to if Social Blade can be believed, they're guesstimating I might be in the range of monetization in about a year, maybe 11 months. We'll see.
You need to have like views and subscribers?
Yeah, the way it is now, I don't know if they're going to change it on us, but the way it is now, you need to have 1,000 subs and you need to have 4,000 public watch hours.
Right. So I got one more sub with me.
Thank you so much.
I'm watching the stream right now. So you got 1 hour more now.
Yeah, and as you and I were discussing off air, we're about to venture on this 5-day stream. So over 96 hours. Yeah.
When are you gonna do this?
No, we're doing that now.
Oh, you are.
No, we are.
I am. Okay.
We are. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Okay. I guess that's it. That's my schedule for the next 49. How many hours? 900 hours?
96 hours.
You gotta go to work. No, sorry. 900 hours streaming.
Work, schmirk. No.
Work sucks anyway.
Nina says, I'll join you guys on the next movie stream. I will set an alarm.
Yes, he overslept, I think.
Mr.
Kenosopo was invited, but he slept over. Oh, well, are you into movies? I'll tell Mr. Darkside to include you as well. Yes, it is.
Sub to the dark side for movie streams featuring Bristolian Dave and Dave Feed. All right. right, let me jump over here.
So Mr. Bristolian Dave is asking if it's the first 30 days, and no, unfortunately not. This is the last 60 days. This is it.
So you went the route of fun for 30, then extend to another 30?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And this is the last 30. Oh my goodness.
We're coming down to the wire. If you haven't backed, please back if you're able to. If you're unable to, understandable, please share to your social media. Get more eyeballs on this, because we definitely want to help this get funded. Definitely a worthy creator. He has
bribe my family, friends, and family. Please just give a donation so we get funded.
USSC embrace the stream you just finished today. Do you need a nap? Probably.
The embrace looks pretty cool, like I say.
Yeah, I'm in a constant state of needing to catch up on sleep. You know what they say? I kind of tend to believe it, where
you can sleep
when it comes to sleep, your body needs a certain amount, and the more you deprive it, the more it's like you're making withdrawals from your sleep bank. So you have to sometimes make up for it by sleeping extra. I think that is what happens, because sometimes I crash after a series of streams and I don't wake up for like 10 hours.
I was working at some point in night shifts, and that was hell. And exactly, like you're doing fine, everything's good, and all of a sudden you just crash, and there's nothing you can do. You just fall down and sleep for hours in the middle of the day, whatever. Like your body does, like, ask these hours of you somehow, or you're like super drowsy the whole day, like you're just like half functioning.
Yeah, you're literally like a zombie.
Yes, you're literally like a zombie. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. And what the heck? Is it being buggy or something?
I don't know.
I was trying to make sure that I'm subbed to Darkside. I thought I subbed to Darkside already, but I am now. How weird. Could have sworn.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Dillard is in your chat. Dillard Draws, the guy from the Buckler?
Oh, heck yeah.
Wow, cool. That comic looks freaking awesome.
No, doesn't it? Oh, man.
That looks freaking dark, yes.
It looks good. I watched the replay and kicked myself for sleeping through my alarm. Yeah, I mean, I can fall asleep. I can sleep through my alarm sometimes too, especially if I've had too many nights with not enough sleep. If you're into movies, TV shows, or Bristolians, sub to my YouTube channel. Totally. Oh my God, Dave. You degenerate.
Whoa, David.
Whoa, David. What have you been sleeping with?
My wife.
I like this guy. Back his book.
Was stimmt mit dir? Softtiere haben noch keine Löcher. Was?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to translate. Oh man.
Say like, what's wrong with you? Like plushies don't have holes in them. What you mean is furries.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
cool. So Lion, he's my language brother, I guess you could say. He's from Germany, I think. Pretty sure he's from Germany, but anyway, he's from somewhere they speak German. So
nice.
we can speak German.
Nice. Mr. Feet is always a degenerate. We still love him though. The truth comes out. Dun, dun.
My goodness, it's not like I'm trying to,
Wait, what are we on
making
about?
myself a reputation around here.
I looked away, and now I'm a degenerate, and people are judging what I'm sleeping with. Long day, Mr. In-law. Too many Daves.
There's too many Daves, yeah.
Mr. Feed might be a closet furry.
People may be really wondering, with this sexy monster girl beater, like, hey, are you furry? Are
Yeah.
you sure you're not a furry?
Yeah, are you? Are you really?
No, I'm not a furry. Nothing against furries, if you're a furry, hopefully you're not fucking animals or something crazy like that, but,
You're furry friendly.
yes, exactly. You do you, I do me. I'm not a furry, but I'm doing a sexy monster girl beater anyway.
Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon are the best in the series.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of Far Cry fans like the second one the best. And the Blood Dragon, I never played the Blood Dragon. Now I'm curious about that. That's like an expansion of the third one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought that was just a subtitle for the third one.
No, it's actually like a pretty cool, how do you say, not update, expansion,
Right.
where everything is, in a sci-fi dystopian thing with, like, I don't even know. It looks like Tron in a way, like the movie Tron, but with like dinosaurs and monsters and this really badass hero who's like, yeah, if you like Far Cry, you'd probably like Blood Dragon.
Nice. Well, if that's what gets them off, that's cool. As long as no one starts humping my leg. Social Blade doesn't account for surges. 2021 is going to be big for these communities.
I think so, yes.
Mr. Feed, is this your... Oh, yeah, you already answered that.
Yeah, yes.
We're coming to the close of the second 30 days. Social Blade won't predict when I'll get monetized. I just go based off... there's this one type of search where you go based on subscribers. And I'm going roughly based on when it predicts at my current rate of progress, when it predicts I'll hit around 1,000 or more, just cross the 1,000 mark of subs. Mm-hmm. And I'm just using that as a really generic reference.
Well, if you're a movie buff, or how do you call it, movie guy, we should definitely do a stream together. Also, we have to tell Mr. Darkside. He's the one who organized it the first time. We have to tell him to organize it again.
Teller's going, I don't know why WyzGyz is always telling me what to do. Because if you know what's good for you. Dear David Feed's mom, he's doing fine. We'll keep him fed. Thanks for the cookies. Love Comicsgate.
Oh my! I had to explain to my mom what was Comicsgate because she's not really into internet culture, much less Comicsgate culture, and she was talking with people and like my brother-in-law is in the movie business, no? And he's like, oh, my son is doing this really cool comic and it's part of this group called Comicsgate. And I'm like, Mom, no, wait, don't say that. He's like super lefty, my brother. I mean, he's like a regular human being, but on the left side. Yeah, he's like, no, don't say I'm Comicsgate.
A regular human being, but on the left side.
No, what I mean is not like one of these crazy SJW psycho.
Oh, okay, all right.
Absolutely crazy. He's just like a regular, normal guy who's rather on the. He hates Trump, but he's not like he doesn't have like Trump derangement syndrome or anything like that. No? But obviously, like Comicsgate, what's that? They go and Google.
It might be time to sit your immediate family down at the table and go, we need to talk.
Yeah, we need to.
Let me tell you about Comicsgate.
There's a few things you should know. Yeah, because he was like, he knows Ethan Van Sciver. He's been in the streams with Ethan Van Sciver. And like, Green Lantern and the movie. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Dave is saying it's all the power going to my head. Oh man, is that what's going on?
It's all the power. Deeply close. The more you deny it, the more you know it to be true. Like this sounds like it's a Star Wars dialogue. Accept the dark side. Accept furry fandom, whatever you call it.
You make it in WyzGyz, you make it everywhere. Hail, brothers.
Hail.
Diller, did the buckler go in demand? Curious. Sleep bank? I keep my sleep money under my mattress. Yeah, it's in demand.
All right.
Ever wondered what pickup lines cat people use? That and so much more in Red Eyes too.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a scene in the book where the cat is doing some of his pickup lines.
Sweet. I'll have a chance at it. Money's been tight.
Oh yeah. I think that everyone was saying, January, December, or rather January, February is not a good time to be, making a campaign because everyone has the blues after Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of challenging. I mean, if your story and your project captures the hearts and minds of backers, then they'll come regardless of what time of year it is. It just can get challenging around Christmas and Thanksgiving because of how much money is spent around that time. Are you okay? Oh man, looks like he's having a coughing fit. I'll catch up on chat here, maybe.
Sorry. I just muted myself before I bursted into coughing in the microphone. Oh my god, sorry.
Good Lord, I need a nap before the effort show tonight. In the meantime, back Red Eyes too.
I think I got a backer in the meantime, so thank you very much.
Oh, nice. I don't know how, but I forgot effort shows tonight. I will try and be there for it, but I don't know. I think I may have another stream going on, and then I was going to try and catch 8-Bit Shinobi is going to be interviewing a voice actor from Dragon Ball.
Really? Okay.
Interested in checking that out tonight. Yeah, it's at 10:20 p.m. Eastern on 8-Bit Shinobi's channel.
I don't know that guy.
And by Diller Draws a Beer too, the buckler.
Oh my god. Oh, I heard that Dave Brinks in the chat. Could that be?
Let me see. Yep, I'm from Germany. Asian like the mercenaries, but I don't have the accent. You'll get funded before the end of those 4 days, Mr. Feed.
Hopefully, yes.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a love letter to 80s sci-fi and machismo with cyborgs, lots of neon, a kicking synthwave soundtrack, and T-Rexes who shoot lasers from their eyes.
That's
Can't go wrong with
that game. I played the third one and I saw footage for the Blood Dragon, but I've never played. But I want to. I was like, I'm gonna download that expansion pack.
That actually sounds like fun.
Yes.
We
awesome.
call them normies. Regular sounds like a flavor. We have regular, nuts, and extreme. Problem is, so do they. Okay. Welcome, Genuine Comics.
Yes, see, there he is.
You're almost at your goal, David. You'll make it.
Oh, thank you. I'm so looking forward to Perfect 10 #2.
Oh yeah, me too.
I backed the first one digital, but now I want to have a copy of the physical one. So I hope they have like a, first one and the second one on the next campaign. Oh my goodness, 2 more backers!
Check it out. 3001. 3001. You're at 54 backers.
Good. We're getting close. My goodness. Thank you very much to dear backers. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
This is exciting. The last day is like... Whew.
Yeah, seriously, don't die, David.
No.
Don't die before you get funded. Sometimes after that, then maybe.
Yeah, then I can die. Maybe make a script of the whole series, so if I die, it doesn't matter. Someone else can take it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, turn over the entire script for the entire storyline to your wife. And then,
oh, no, that's dangerous.
Rings. There's the Bancroft bump. What do we call WyzGyz? The Wyman Wake. Oh my gosh. Some people already sign up for a 5, but you can sign up for a perfect 10, issue 2. Yeah, that's going to be good. Thanks for sharing, Soul. Dang, I totally missed the alert. Welcome, Balzette. How's it going? You probably did not receive an alert because I did not sufficiently schedule this ahead of time. We kind of threw this together real quick, I think. So I actually didn't mark it as a scheduled thing. Instead, I just went live, literally.
Yeah, I think the problem is that because I'm in Switzerland, where do you live in the States, right?
Yep.
So
I'm on the East Coast. Well, Eastern time zone, rather.
Right.
As I'm not on Twitter, I'm doing my best to help you guys on streams. Greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Officer, he's been on point.
Yeah, over 3,000. That is so exciting.
What is 3,000? That was
your campaign.
Oh.
Well, in USD, it's over 3,000.
Right. Yeah. That's a
Thumbs up.
This price is different.
Yo, Belzette, take over for me. I'm going to nap before tonight's stream. Oh my gosh. The WyzGyz. Instead of the Bancroft bump, the WyzGyz. Oh man, I don't know if creators would be excited about that. Oh dear. Oh man.
My goodness. So the how many times you came is like how many backers? So I already came 2 times now.
Oh damn. Oh my gosh.
Come on guys, make it happen again.
Oh man. Okay, I was wondering why I didn't get anything. Been listening to cyberpunk music and drawing. Appreciate your hopping in. Oh my gosh, Michael. Jeez. Oh, that's awesome, Dave. Oh that's boy, so it's spreading. Oh dear. Oh boy.
What was this guy? Ethan Van Skyver was talking about this new commercial of Ritz.
Oh yeah,
they had this like super sad, depressing, horrible commercial, and then the end was like, yeah, Ritz, the taste of come. It's like, what the hell is this? Are they trying to imply? Like, are they seriously trying to imply something? This is so weird.
Oh man,
that commercial was super weird.
It's just, it's sad because I like Ritz crackers, but
yeah, me too. I was like,
their commercials are turning me off from buying their product.
I had the same with Gillette. Like I was buying Gillette, and then all these commercials.
Yep.
And,
same here.
I'm gonna try something else.
Yeah, same here. That's perfect, Soul Island. What? Everyone's encouraging Soul. Oh dear! If you WyzGyz on stream, I'm out of here. Hey, come on, be honest, Dave. You know you'd stay. Even if to get some screenshots to embarrass me all over the internet.
Sprinkle some of the internet, I don't know.
Is Red Eyes 2 still in production or ready to go to print?
It's still in production. We're getting the colors. So all the black and white, it's done, except for a couple of new pages that we're going to do for the drawn-in tier, obviously. Everything else is done. And right now, I'm getting it flat. I hope you say it like that. And we have the Mr. Oliver RC and a girl called Alessia. Alessia is my colorist from the first one. They're both going to be working on coloring the book to keep like without delay. So July 2021, hopefully, is going to be going to print and shipping and backers and everything. So right now we're working on the sexy monster girl bestiary. We know we've been hard at work with that one, but we're gonna go back to the comic.
So are you roughly 75 to 80% completed with production?
I don't even know how to call it. It was maybe 60, 70%.
Okay.
I would say around that, between 60 and 70%, more or less. Yeah.
Balzette says usually salty. So why was there a commercial about it? It beats me. It's weird.
I don't know.
Don't forget to like, share, and sub. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope we are on time. Last time we planned to deliver on November, and we ended up delivering in December, January. So we had a little bit of a delay, and now we are smoothing the process. We're like I said, I've learned a lot also from this campaign. So hopefully it goes better. So for example, the thing with the flatter, I didn't have a flat artist. I didn't even know what that was. So like, oh, you can do that. Like, you can, like streamline the whole process. So we're going on with that one as well. And we're starting much, much sooner with the colors. I think I started way too late coloring the comic in the first campaign. And now we're like already coloring it and coloring the bestiary and, starting to letter it as well. Like everything that's finished, I letter it right away. And that's what we're doing. So hopefully this time will be on time. Not late.
Let me see here. Let me check something here.
Don't forget to like, share, and sub. Yes, I've liked, shared, and subscribed. Right on point. Yeah, last time it was very, very hectic with the first campaign. That also in the middle of production, the colorist kind of didn't want to, keep helping us, and so I had to like change colorist in the middle of the freaking campaign. That was very unpleasant. But now I'm working with a colorist who jumped in the first campaign, so that's good. Now we have a team of everyone that understands each other, and we have gotten to know each other as well. So that's cool. Yeah, it's getting much streamlined in that sense. And I think it's funny how Italians are Latin to a certain degree. I mean, the word Latin, I think, comes from Italy anyway, no? But, like there's some understanding with me as Mexican. I have some better understanding with Italians than I would with, I don't know, other people. We kind of come along better, no? Like I was working with a colorist from Slovakia, and there were many times where even though she also spoke English, we didn't quite understand each other.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, maybe I offended her or I said something wrong, or then she would not want to work with us anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, I don't know. But I mean, she's super talented. I have to say, the girl who colored the first book, she's absolutely talented. But yeah, we didn't jive very well in the end, unfortunately.
Oh,
The colorist of the bestiary and part of the second book, we're all now working together to color the second book. So it's all people with whom I've been working for a while now. So yeah, I'm very happy to work with them, and I hope they're happy to work with me. And we've been streamlining this process, like I said.
yep. It's a learning experience.
It is a learning
We're
experience.
all involved. Thank you, Belzette, for sharing everywhere.
It's actually kind of interesting. I don't think they're very much into Comicsgate, my artist, but there's like this, I don't even know how to call it, like this, not like a truce or like a very funny situation where they would probably not be into Comicsgate, but they like me or I like them, and we're like, okay, there is some weird understanding between us. It's kind of a interesting situation. I don't even know how to describe it. You know, like many artists are more like liberal in a way. They're not really conservatives. I mean, all of them are, of course, not, but like the majority, because of the, I don't even know, the craft itself lends for more liberal people. The arts and crafts, if you like. So yeah, that's been also like an interesting experience in working with someone who's rather on the other aisle, but still we get along.
Right, yeah. Your Kino asks, your colorist left you, David? Did he find out you were furry?
No, I don't know. I think we just didn't speak the same language. There were some maybe cultural differences, you could say.
Hopefully just a language barrier. That sucks though. Yep.
Yeah, no, I think it was like a cultural and language barrier at the end.
Or he hit on her and she was into girls.
I did not hit on her. She was married and I was married. I am married. So no, there was no, and you know, like relationships in the workplace, that's like a recipe for disaster. It's
yeah.
Like, if you even remotely start hinting on flirting or anything, it's just like everything goes to shit. So no.
That's true.
With school colleagues and work colleagues, I don't think you should be flirting. That's like a absolute recipe for disaster.
Well, in school, that seems to be the most likely, most opportune place you're going to have the chance to even try and develop any relationship with, especially like high school, grade school, high school. And then as you get higher and higher in college, then it starts to get a little tougher.
Yeah, okay.
Because, you know, outside of that, what do you have? What, bars?
Yeah.
And then I guess you could also take advantage of those, well, dating sites suck, but you can take advantage, you can go on those group activities and excursions and try your hand at that.
I think that if you get with someone and you continue with that someone, that's, you know, fine and perfect. But unfortunately, if you're working with someone and you start flirting, I think that's like a recipe for disaster, especially if you're working on something that's going to be more long term.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, you know, if the flirting doesn't work and then you still have to work together, like that would be horrible. You know?
Yeah, that probably won't. It'll probably end eventually.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's like, you know, I may be the way I am, but when it comes to working relationship, it's like a no-go. No, like work is professional and that's it. Yeah, this Mr. Bogdan digital art, he's absolutely right. I feel like they have no idea what Comicsgate is.
Mm-hmm.
And what few of them have a little bit of an idea, they just pretend like whatever, like whatever. Yeah, let's keep working, and that's it. Yeah, in Europe in general, like here in Switzerland, you never hear of Gamergate or Comicsgate. It's just like the European market, the European comic market is such a huge thing. It's like a thing on its own. And sure, we get a little bit of comics from the American, every you know, a little bit of Spider-Man and X-Men. Like we know Spider-Man exists and stuff like that, but the marketing here is like a thing on its own. It's anyway pretty liberal. So
is the comic book market in Europe thriving right now? Like over here, you guys probably hear about how the industry is like decimated with the big two, DC and Marvel, and how they're struggling to stay alive, and they might end up publishing altogether and just outsource the IPs for other purposes.
I don't know. I think that I go to my comic book shop and I see new titles coming in, and old titles go out. So I think it's more like the COVID is doing an impact on the industry rather than, you know, the agendas of people producing comics. And I feel that European comics have always been very liberal anyway, and there is no problems with, you know, showing certain things, you know, like extreme blood, gore, nudity, or have very, very political comics, or very, you know, like slice of life comics. So there's always been people who are like in this super SJW comics here anyway. So it's like not a huge change from what I've seen.
Okay.
At least from my experience, like I said, I like a little bit of everything. You know, I like mangas, I like anime. I'm not like the super walking encyclopedia of European comics, and
right.
You'd have to ask someone who's really into European comics for that regard. What I've heard of one guy called Razorfist, he was talking about this Elric of Melnibone comic, which is apparently new and is making the rounds. And that is, you know, far from politically correct or anything like that.
What's it called again?
Elric of Melnibone. It's based on a book series.
Oh, okay.
I think The Witcher is based on that franchise.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's a Moorcock or something like that. It's a French guy who wrote the Elric story, and then the Polish guy kind of was inspired to write the Witcher.
Genuine Comics says politics should not interfere in a creative endeavor. Yep. Or influence a creative endeavor.
Exactly.
You know, I'm just messing with you as usual, married bachelor.
We were on a stream with Amy McLernon, also the girl from Reality Hackers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She went in stream with the Kimo Subway, and I was there.
Gosh, wow.
That was cool. And I didn't know she was in the chat. I was like, oh yeah, she's pretty hot, you know. And then and she was in the chat, like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, sorry.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, that was kind of like, okay, I'm going to make my way.
Absolutely. Everything else is unprofessional and also a buzzkill. Yep. Flirting never good.
Oh no. Hey, a little bit of flirting, you know, just cheeky flirting maybe.
Stupid clicks and gates are a Western woke-tard thing.
Could be, you know, I don't know. Or maybe we already have that, and now all the comics are very liberal. I don't know.
Sign up for Gun Demon #1, Devil's Overture. That
looks pretty cool. That's the guy who's doing Gun Demon. He's I think he's working with Kimo Sabe, the Australian guy.
The man named Kimo Sabe.
Exactly, that one. Yeah, they're working together. I think they're Company Man and Gun Demon. They're like in the same universe even, and they're having like a company together.
I'm gonna have to double check that because I gotta look at that title. Man, this is pretty sweet. You're over 3,001, and excuse me. So we were checking this out earlier. Let's play this here.
Comic readers, fantasy fans, I'm your host David Feet, bringing you Red Eyes 2. Faring fair, son of the general, is on a mortal quest. After escaping elite hunters and fighting off mercenaries, surely things will be fine for our heroes. Red Eyes is back with more pages, action, monsters, a new Ashcan, and new entries in the sexy monster girl bestiary, only on Indiegogo.
60 months girl bestiary.
Well, if you go to the perks, you can see the featured perk is the most successful perk right now. It's the Dungeon Master perk too, which is includes the comic, the sexy monster girl bestiary, and the Ashcan, this new tiny little Ashcan that's going to be black and white, just a couple of pages introducing this new IP. And that one has the add-on of the first book as well. Like somebody recommended me to put the first book as an add-on to the featured perk, so that's done. And
you get book 1, book 2, and the bestiary.
So as an add-on, you can get book 1 as an add-on.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
If you just get the regular, it's going to be the book, the bestiary, and the Ashcan, and all whatever extra we end up, including trading cards and pinups. And
now, with the Ashcan, this is going to be an Ashcan with the preview of book 3.
No. Also, that's what we did last time. It's like this, no? It's just black and white. It's like 12 pages. It's just a little preview of this. This was a preview of the second book, and what we're going to do now is going to include a preview of a new project, this sci-fi project.
All right, gotcha.
That's the new Ashcan that we're going to include. But it's going to be the same like this, like 12 pages, black and white, very simple, short and sweet, like a Ashcan should be. And then the other perks is going to be the other perks is obviously the first one. That's the second chance Red Eyes 1.
Nice.
If you go a little bit below with the perks.
Sorry.
No worries. So that's the second chance. It's going to have a different cover, and it's going to be the same price as before. It's $10 shipping and $10 for $20, which was the same that was the first campaign. In case you missed it and you're interested, there you go. And then we have
So how does this work? FR, that's not francs, is it?
Yeah, Swiss francs.
Oh, all right. So is CH supposed to stand for Swiss as well?
CH stands for Confederación Helvética, which is like the official name of Switzerland.
Oh, jeez.
Some reason.
Oh, man.
There's like a whole story why is that, but
all right, so this is in Swiss francs, and then there's the USD conversion. So is it consistently just add $1? Oh, no, not necessarily. This is add $5 to get the USD equivalent.
I don't know how it works sometimes.
And then you've got the Red Eyes 2 comic by itself.
Right. And we have two covers. So there's the normal cover and the Audi cover. And you also got if you go a little bit down below, you got the bundle of the 1 and 2 together.
Red Eyes 2 alt cover. All right, here's books 1 and 2 together.
Right.
And this is without the Ashcan.
I am probably going to include the Ashcan in all of them anyway. So
okay.
I don't know. That's probably going to be like a stretch goal or something, or I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
Just as a nice add-on for all the books. And then the last one is drawn in the book, the drawn in tier. And then die.
Horribly.
So we had 2 of them. One of them is already taken.
Oh.
And I don't know why in Indiegogo they have this thing that when you create a perk and someone takes it, you cannot change it.
Yeah.
Which is good. But I wanted to add stuff to this perk. If it's $200, also $280, I wanted to include more, and I could not do that. So I had to hide the other one, contact the person, say, we're going to include all this stuff. and create a new one. So that's why it's only one of one, even though it's actually two.
So what is it you added?
And all the books. So if you buy this, you're gonna get all the books. So
the original tier, the way you had it laid out, was just being drawn in only, right?
Right, and get the book as well.
All right, but now, all right, so you would get Red Eyes 2, and you'd get drawn in. Now you get drawn in, and you get all the books.
Exactly.
Book 1, Book 2, Ashcan.
Exactly.
Okay.
Beast Theory, the Ashcan, everything.
So the person who bought the other tier is getting everything as well.
Yes. It's my sister, so I contacted her, hey, sis, I'll give you everything. Don't worry.
Yeah. You know,
how do you say you gotta find the 3 Fs? Family, friends, and other fools.
There you go. So on the left side, you got this a closer image of this one. Yeah, I agree. This one's the best.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Also, the audio cover I think is pretty cool, but yeah, I like this. Also, some of the characters may be inspired by people I know.
Oh, really?
So the cowgirl may be inspired by someone close to me. May or may not be inspired.
Okay. And I love the way you guys did the moon. That looks so cool.
Yeah, the guy, his name is Andrea Guardino. He's like a superstar Italian illustrator. I think he's been working for even for game, like huge franchises.
Oh.
He did a couple of illustrations for I don't know if they were published, but he did do some work for, what's this thing? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And he did some unpublished work for the Konami game, the Death Stranding.
So Kino Subway got confused.
No, I think I would get confused. I was confusing Kimo Sabe with Kino Subway.
Oh, all right. Kino Subway.
Exactly. Yeah, I was getting these guys. Also, their names, I know which one they are.
Deep behind enemy lines, will they recover the legendary red icon or be killed by the hunters? Find out in Red Eyes 2.
So the hunters are the main bad guys. So the cover, that one, that's the hunter cover or the villain's cover, as they say.
Oh, okay.
These are like the main bad guys of the story. Now, unfortunately, in the first book, because there was a lot of world building to do, you don't get to see a lot of the hunters. Also, you see a little bit, but not enough for my taste. So now in book 2, we're gonna get way more into the action and the characters and the villains and
Hits on my guess and confuses me with someone else. Dang it, feed.
Sorry.
Me and Kimosabe just need to fuse and get it over with. Kimosabe, Voltron mode, engage.
Yeah, Kimosabe and Sim, they make an awesome couple for life. As a couple, no, I mean like host and oh my goodness.
Make an awesome couple. Are you shipping them now?
Oh my goodness, no. The streaming couple. There you go.
All right, take it easy, Belzette. Sorry you're not feeling well. Hope you get better.
Kimosabe way. There you go.
A narwhal cover?
I guess I was with Narwhal on the stream with yesterday, by the way.
Let's see.
Hey, Mr. Wiz.
Greg, welcome. Hey.
Oh wait, that's a guy from Gandhiman.
Gandhiman.
Mr. Greg Lavitre. He's a guy from Gandhiman.
He meant normal cover, but I heard narwhal too.
The narwhal.
This one is a narwhal cover.
This is their normal cover.
The fun is over. JK, how are you doing? Sorry for not backing you up on that Star Wars stream, but that was around 2 a.m. in my time zone. The fun has only begun because I'm here now. That's okay. There will be plenty of streams where you'll be able to catch.
Is this campaign online? I thought it was in a mailing list.
Greg needs no backup. He takes no prisoners.
He was talking about doing a alpha male stream. Teaching
all right.
Become an alpha male. You mentioned something like that on the Kino Subway. Oh, fuck. Kino Subway stream.
Greg, that's a high bar you're setting for yourself, but I'm always in for surprises. Prisoners must be fed. I'm too busy feeding artists, lol. Don't feed them too much.
No. The Alpha Male Champion Comic Book Show. Damn. That already sounds intimidating.
Kimosabi way. Damn it, Chris, I wasn't even going to use that joke today. I'm trying to save it for the right time. Me and Sim make an awesome couple. What are you implying? See what I'm saying? He's shipping.
Yes, I'm already shipping you guys.
Yeah. Well, I'd agree to that.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah. Wise, that reminded me of the times of Lone Star Squadron. No. Oh yeah, you're always welcome back, Greg. The Alpha Male Champion Comic Book Show.
Damn.
David is really trying not to get invited back on the morning roast today.
Oh no. Oh yes, please. I want to be
I'm down anytime. Always top shelf with you, Alpha Male and Champion. Damn. Yeah, really. Oh my goodness gracious.
Mr. Wiz, I was telling you, I'm slowly but surely having to move on. I hope you don't mind.
Was it?
I'm slowly but surely having to go on.
Oh, you mean we aren't going to continue with our 4-day stream
live with? Maybe later. Let's schedule for later. But yeah, sure. I'd love to come on your stream again.
So
it was nice to meet you. By the way, like I've heard about you and I've seen you around in the comic skate scene, and I've never got the chance to be on your stream. So that was nice to meet you finally.
Oh heck yeah! Likewise.
It's always a bummer that like primetime America is like a ungodly hour here. In Europe.
Yeah. It's when you guys are gearing up to go to bed.
Yeah. No, some of the streams that happen like 3 a.m, 5 a.m, and then you have like normal life going on.
Right.
Wait for you.
All right, so we got 4 days left to fund this baby. We are almost there. We're looking at $376 to go, and then he'll be able to go in demand. And when were you shooting to have this fulfilled?
July 2021.
All righty, sounds like a plan. It's like the Dirty Dozen was published by Heavy Metal Magazine, man.
There you go. Also, my inspiration, Heavy Dozen, my goodness. The Dirty Dozen. I love that movie, and it inspired me to create it. So this is that, only with like monsters and magic, but it's on that vein, like a desperate mission, and the different characters have different reasons to be in this mission, either for fame and glory, for the heck of it, or for penance for something they did.
Yeah, Dirty Dozen's a good movie too. Red Eyes looks really cool. Yeah, better kick him off, WyzGyz, before he digs himself any deeper a hole.
All right.
He's a furry who ships people together. and hits on your guess.
And
Do you just make fun of me for scratching my head after typing the first letter and then accidentally hit enter when pulling back? But that's the best part. True. The Heavy Dozen by Dirty Metal Magazine.
Exactly. There.
Hey, so I'm giving you the floor, man. Tell the world how you can be found on social media.
All right. So if you put David Feed on Twitter or YouTube, you'll probably find me. And if not, I can write in the chat my Twitter handle, which is HandsAngel9, which may or may not be my real name. But in any case, yeah, David Feed and Red Eyes 2 on Indiegogo. It's the only Red Eyes 2 comic there is. And yeah, that's where you can find me. Not very difficult. There aren't that many David Feeds on Twitter from what I've been searching, so that's where you should find me. I have a Twitter. I have a YouTube channel, but I don't do a lot there. Like I have a couple of reviews there, but nothing really fancy. I'm trying to build that channel as well, obviously. So if you go there and subscribe, I'm not gonna be sad, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Officer just put the Twitter link in the chat. Thank you, Mr. Officer. You're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. There we have it. You can find me on social media, MeWe, Facebook, YouTube, at WyzGyz Entertainment, on Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets, on Twitch at WyzGyz Twitches. If it survives, I'm on Parler at WyzGyzParlers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Drop a link. Drop a comment down below, and let us know what you're most excited about on Red Eyes 2. Back it if you can, because we've got 4 days left to hit his flexible goal. We definitely want to see it met so he can go into man. Yes. If you can't back it, be sure and share with the world on social media. Always a pleasure getting to talk to you, David. Looking forward to Friday.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. Good stream as always, WyzGyz. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thanks to all the mods for dropping links. Thanks to everyone in chat. You guys rock. Thanks for all your questions, and thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. Fun show, good people, and good book. Have a great day, y'all. And thank you. Thank you to our special guest, David Feed.
Thank you, sir.
We were shooting to have a 4-day stream, but he wasn't having it, so blame him, man.
There's some sleeping to be done in the middle.
There you go. All right, we are closing out. Thank you all much, and see you on the next stream. Bye.
Cheers.
Final guest is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sametti. The YouTube channel. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.